The truth is that because of this violence of the war against crimes, we as a country had the surprise of receiving what is now our central actor of all the Mexicans, the victims. This movement for peace and dignity was exactly the expression of victims all around the world, 100 of dead people, almost 30,000 disappeared, almost 2,000 displaced, and victims began to gather, to explain themselves. It was needed that poetry, able to talk, to make a mediatic presence. He was the trigger for victims to suddenly appear as a central warring actor and proposer. But until last year with Ayotzinapa, human rights now in Mexico, they are now the central key to understand political struggle in Mexico. 3 years ago, human rights was a defensive juridical matter. Now with Ayotzinapa, the 4 keys of the transitional justice has become the keys of human rights, the way Mexicans understand it. The right of truth, the right of justice, but not only on what happened to the perpetrator, but what happened to the victim, the right of reparation of damage, and the right of not repetition. And after Ayotzinapa, these 4 keys are explaining what it is in the bottom, in the battle of Ayotzinapa, what is the truth, because it depends on the diagnosis, the sort of responsibilities, the kind of changes, if local or if structural, we need to change. And now Mexican situation is living human rights in a surprisingly way that even for those who are not formed in that logic, we are needing to understand it. In Mexico, peace now is very close to this logic of human rights. So this all the explanation of Mexican situation. In my opinion, all of them are part of the complete diagnosis. The problem is that in Mexico, every group is acting toward its own diagnosis. So there are movements active in facing the crisis of nation. There are many groups facing the crisis of states. Therefore, now we are having in Mexico 4 initiatives related to the creation of a new constitution. As a symbol of the new state, we need a new constitution. Many people say we need first the movement and then to the dream and the project, and then the juridical definition or expression. But in this discussion, the fact is that many groups say in the discussion of the Constitution, we are creating our new project. So, and so there are many energies, but very diversified. This moment for Mexico is very crucial, but our energy are dispersed, distributed without a joint vision, without a unified effort and strategical proposals. And therefore, even the Mexican elephant is in crisis. Still that elephant is controlling the situation. And if we have a Mexico with an armed internal armed conflict, active, vigilant, not resolved in Chiapas, and remember, it was the epicenter of Mexico. Now the elephant considered the normality to be recovered, and the system can continue having a so strong conflict with the Zapatistas and with the whole Indian peoples. They don't mind. Now they are prepared to keep the elephant going, even with victims shouting for justice anywhere, or Ayotzinapa being jaque mate,
Like
a jake,
final
in the chess, when you would say
checkmate.
checkmate. For many people, Ayotzinapa is a checkmate to the state, but they are trying to. So this is the moment. The crisis, a week of society, because we are distributed in many strategies, conception, diagnosis, and state that even in this crisis, with its impunity and corruption, is ruling the situation.